greatest. I'm gonna prove to you I'm the greatest. We gonna prove to the world I'm the greatest. This is my last fight. I don't want none of you to miss it.
When Muhammad Ali turned 70, the world reflected on his unparalleled legacy, not just as a boxer, but as a man who transcended sports, politics, and culture. Yet behind that charming smile and poetic bravado was a fiercely competitive warrior who never forgot the slights, rivalries, and betrayals that defined his journey. Ali was loved by millions, but he also had his share of enemies, fighters who got under his skin, challenged his pride, or simply clashed with his powerful personality. While hate might be too strong a word for a man who preached love and peace later in life, there were certainly boxers he deeply disliked or never forgave. So, when the question arose in his later years, which boxers did you hate the most? Ali didn't hesitate to give a few honest names. Let's take a look at the boxers Muhammad Ali admitted or hinted that he truly hated, or at least had intense rivalries with, throughout his legendary career. 1. Joe Frazier. Perhaps the most famous rivalry in all of boxing history, the animosity between Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier was real, raw, and unforgettable. Ali mocked Frazier mercilessly, calling him names like ugly, gorilla, and ignorant. He played mind games, belittled him on television, and even accused him of being the white man's champion. Frazier, who once helped Ali when he was banned from boxing, took these insults personally. Their trilogy, culminating in the brutal Thrilla in Manila, was one of the most vicious battles ever fought inside a ring. Years later, Ali admitted he regretted the cruelty, but said at the time he hated Joe for what he represented. The hatred was part psychological warfare, part genuine bitterness. It burned so deep that even decades later, Frazier still carried resentment. 2. George Foreman. While they later became close friends, Ali once hated George Foreman, particularly before their legendary 1974 fight, the Rumble in the Jungle. Foreman was the terrifying knockout machine who had destroyed Joe Frazier and Ken Norton in just 2 rounds each. He was everything Ali claimed to despise: silent, brooding, and seemingly unbeatable. Ali mocked Foreman publicly, calling him a mummy and a brute with no brains. Behind the jokes, though, Ali feared what Foreman could do. That fear transformed into contempt. When Ali defeated Foreman in Zaire, knocking him out in the 8th round, it wasn't just a victory, it was personal redemption. Years later, Ali told George, "I had to hate you to beat you." 3. Ernie Terrell. Ernie Terrell's sin was refusing to call Muhammad Ali by his chosen name. In 1967, during the build-up to their fight, Terrell repeatedly called Ali Cassius Clay. To Ali, that was unforgivable. It wasn't just disrespect, it was a denial of his identity, faith, and principles. During their fight, Ali humiliated Terrell, punishing him for 15 brutal rounds while shouting, "What's my name?" after nearly every punch. It was one of the most one-sided yet emotional fights in boxing history. Ali later said, "I didn't just want to beat him, I wanted to hurt him." That single quote showed how deeply the anger ran. 4. Sonny Liston. Before Ali became the greatest, Sonny Liston was the monster that everyone feared. But Ali, then Cassius Clay, both hated and feared Liston before their first fight in 1964. Liston represented everything the young Ali despised: corruption, intimidation, and the mob-controlled side of boxing. He was the old guard, the symbol of fear. Ali's pre-fight taunts weren't just hype, they were an expression of defiance. He called Liston a big, ugly bear and shouted outside his house at night to unnerve him. After Ali shocked the world by making Liston quit on his stool, the hatred turned to disdain. Ali mocked Liston publicly, calling him a phony champ and a bully with no heart. The rematch, ending with Liston on the canvas in 1 round, sealed their bitter legacy. 5. Ken Norton. Ken Norton was one of the few men who truly hurt Muhammad Ali in the ring, physically and emotionally. Norton broke Ali's jaw in their first fight in 1973, handing him a humiliating loss. Ali never forgave him for that. Their rivalry spanned 3 fierce bouts, each razor close. Though Ali publicly downplayed the hatred, insiders said he couldn't stand Norton's quiet confidence and how he refused to be intimidated. Ali once told a reporter, "Ken Norton's too proud for his own good." Their rivalry never reached the bitterness of Frazier, but Ali's dislike for Norton was rooted in pain, the kind that only another fighter could understand. 6. Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes was more than a rival. He was Ali's former sparring partner. When they met in 1980, Ali was far past his prime, but the fight turned personal. Holmes idolized Ali, yet when the bell rang, he showed no mercy. For 10 painful rounds, Holmes battered Ali, breaking down the legend in a heartbreaking display. Ali later admitted that seeing Holmes celebrate afterward left him angry and betrayed. "He didn't have to hurt me that bad," Ali said privately. Though Holmes cried afterward saying he loved Ali, the relationship was never quite the same. Ali reportedly said in his 70s, "That fight broke more than my body. It broke my heart." 7. Floyd Patterson. Another man who refused to call him Muhammad Ali. Floyd Patterson represented the establishment that rejected Ali's identity and faith. Patterson, the former heavyweight champion, criticized Ali for his connection to the Nation of Islam and publicly called him Cassius Clay. Ali responded by mocking Patterson's soft-spoken nature and calling him an Uncle Tom. During their fight in 1965, Ali deliberately carried Patterson, prolonging his punishment while taunting him. Ringside observers said Ali shouted, "Come on, white man's champ," as he battered Floyd. Years later, Ali softened toward Patterson, but at the time he admitted he hated everything Patterson stood for, a symbol of conformity and submission in a time when Ali was fighting for freedom. 8. Joe Bugner. Joe Bugner, the British heavyweight who fought Ali twice, was another fighter who irked the greatest. Bugner was known for his defensive, cautious style, and Ali despised opponents who refused to engage. After their fight in Kuala Lumpur in 1975, Ali called him the laziest fighter I ever met. Ali said Bugner had the tools but no fire, and that frustrated him deeply. To a warrior like Ali, lacking passion was almost as bad as disrespect. Though their interactions were more annoyance than outright hatred, Ali clearly never liked Bugner's attitude or his lack of flair. 9. George Chuvalo, Canadian powerhouse. George Chuvalo went the distance with Ali twice, and though Ali respected his toughness, their relationship was not friendly. Chuvalo openly criticized Ali's political statements and draft resistance, saying, "He's fighting the wrong fight." Ali, who was proud and politically defiant, took that as a personal insult. He once said Chuvalo was too dumb to understand courage. Their fights were grueling, but the bad blood off the ring lasted for years. Chuvalo accused Ali of arrogance, while Ali dismissed him as a punching bag with opinions. 10. Leon Spinks. In 1978, a 24-year-old Leon Spinks shocked the world by defeating Muhammad Ali for the heavyweight title. For the first time, Ali's pride was wounded by a younger, inexperienced fighter. Ali was furious, not just at losing, but at Spinks's post-fight behavior. Spinks bragged openly, mocked Ali's age, and reveled in his victory. Though Ali regained the title in the rematch, he never truly forgave Spinks for that humiliation. He once told a friend, "That boy embarrassed me. I hated him for that night." In later years, Ali mellowed, even showing kindness towards Spinks during his health struggles. But the bitterness of 1978 never completely faded. At 70, when asked about the men he hated, Muhammad Ali gave a reflective smile and said, "I never really hated nobody. But some men made me fight like I did." Ali's rivalries weren't just about boxing, they were about race, pride, identity, and respect. Each of these opponents, Frazier, Foreman, Terrell, Liston, Norton, Holmes, Patterson, Bugner, Chuvalo, and Spinks, shaped him into the legend he became. Beneath the hate was something deeper, the fire that fueled greatness. Every grudge, Every insult, every war in the ring forged Muhammad Ali's immortal spirit. Because in the end, even the men he hated the most helped him become what the world will always remember: the greatest of all time.